Hey everybody, Dark Laser. What's up? Hmm. How are we doing today? Everybody here? We're live. We be live, son. Alright. Ugh, God. Just had a shower. I hate how my glasses look in the freaking light lamp. Copy. Let's see if I can get some more people here. Alright. He was justified when he was 5. He made a cult, it didn't survive. Times are changing, his vegan body is fat, but his fans are gonna leave him if the bitch is back. Oh, he doesn't eat meat, and that's alright. Uploads videos on a Saturday night. He can bitch the best about Shane Dawson too. Oh, and easy on, how are those wetlands, dude? Oh. He's a bitch, all the bitches whack. Stone cold predator, as a matter of fact. He's a bitch, thinks he's better than you. He mocks depression and needy too. Oh. He entertains by being lame. Gets YouTube views by dropping names. Clickbait titles, anything for views is whack. It's a nasty little habit. Oh, how is that back? Ah, that messed up. But it's an idea. He's a bitch, all the bitches whack. Stone cold predator, as a matter of fact. He can bitch, thinks he's better than you. He mocks depression and needies too. Oh. Alright, what are we gonna do? Let's discuss some onions, chop some. Now live streaming onions, Blair White, and alleged allegations. Yeah. Oh, hello. What's up, everyone? Well, that recent Blair White video was freaking amazing. We are behind Sarah 100%. Like how can you not be? If you're not, if you are a fan of Onion Boy after any of this, you're pathetic. I'm just saying. What up, people? Press F to pay respects to Onion's career. Onision says, in order to have sex, in order to be grooming somebody, you have to have sex with them after they're turned 18. Sarah, I'm about to end this man's whole career. I mean, he's a freak. Onion Boy's a friggin' joke at this point, and not a good one. All right. What's going on? Thank you for the like. Let's see. So on Twitter, I've been doing like a diss track to Onision, and I've been doing like little disses to him, stuff like that. It's actually taken from he said that he but moved to another state to have sex with Kai or whatever. Then oh yeah, I know he's a walking contradiction. The man child, I should say. He's living. It's like he's a grown man in a 12-year-old's body. Like he's like a 12-year-old in a grown man's body. It's fucking sick. Even his latest book, the Reaper's Creek shit, fucking disgusting. If you've watched the Crimson Rogue video about it, it's really gross. Yep. No publisher would ever actually read that disgusting piece of filth. No publisher. No publisher worth their salt would even attempt to read that without throwing him in jail. That's pretty much child porn in book form. Yeah, it is. It really is. I love their review on it. I love how they ripped him. Friggin' brilliant. A lot of my musical stuff is basically from other musicians I listen to. Exactly. I believe that they're faking the whole trans thing. I mean, yeah, Sarah hadn't officially came out and said it yet, but this recent tweet she put out really makes me think they are. I 100% believe that they are faking it. In my last video, the Onision Kai trans conspiracy. See, I posted stuff about him forcing her, which is very true. There was actually a video where he said that he made he made Lainey cut her hair, and then he started instilling the whole "you look like a boy" shit in her head, and then now I don't know what happened after that, but like shortly after, um, he put those thoughts into her head and then forcing her to do that. I think it's just because he doesn't want to disappoint her, like any woman with Stockholm syndrome would. I personally believe that Lainey has Stockholm syndrome to Greg, and then just does whatever he says. I mean, I'm not a psychologist or anything, but as someone who has seen enough of it, it is a fact. I mean, I've seen enough fucking shit in this world to not know that. I mean, hell, Joker groomed fucking Harley Quinn, and that's why she just goes and does whatever he says. True, she was already crazy beforehand, but I'm talking comics here, but Jesus Christ, it's fucking crazy. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, I am definitely proud of Sarah for doing what she did. 100% calling out their bullshit. Oh, apparently she just got an apartment. Sweet. Anyway, yeah, Greg should just be, he should be in fucking jail. I swear to God. Either in jail or a permanent, mental health facility. Right. It's definitely Stockholm syndromes. Like I said, you even said it yourself. Like, we're not psychiatrists, so I can't fully diagnose that, legally. But when you drag your abuser and get a new apartment in the same day, hell yeah. I congratulate Sarah for her bravery on this one. Not many people would actually come out and speak out against their abusers like this. And the ones that the one people who do piss me off, like, I actually believe Sarah. I believe her 100%. But there are people out there that will fake allegations 100%. I don't believe anything that she says is fake at all. Like she has proof and evidence. Like, come on, that's no doubt in my mind. But those who don't have proof and just say it are ones that make me question. With Sarah, I have no doubt about it. I have no doubt. Like, if Sarah, Billy, Shiloh, and any other woman, exactly, and that's what I try to get across to people, is the mere allegation of insinuating that they had done something like that. Even my two roommates, they both agree with that. And there was actually one person, someone tried to do that to me at my old job when I lived in Kentucky. I was working as a security. I wasn't working security. I was working at a warehouse. And this woman, I didn't know who the fuck she was, to be perfectly honest. I've seen her around in the place before, but I've never actually spoken to her. I've never spoken to this woman. I've never talked to her. Hell, I couldn't even tell you her name. Okay, that's another thing. And she went and told my boss that I said something about chaining her to a basement. I slept in the basement at the time. Like, what the fuck? Like, the basement. Okay, first of all, let me put a little backstory about this. I lived in a house with 8 people at the time, including my ex-girlfriend. It was my ex-girlfriend, me, my ex's sister, her girlfriend's kid, her uncle, her mom, and her dad, and sometimes her brother when he came around. So almost 10 people lived in that house. And my girlfriend worked with me. She worked with me at this job. So them coming up with that bullshit lie about me losing my job over something I did not say or do is retarded. And yes, I will say retarded. It I don't know. I don't get people who are like offended by that word. I really don't get it. Retarded is just something that doesn't make any sense, and people. Something went wrong. Please try again. Shut up, Google. Right? I don't get people who are offended by anything anymore. I mean, we grew up in freaking South Park, or on South Park. We grew up on that shit. Like, and the reason South Park is still going strong is because people give them ammunition to make an episode. I fucking love it. The more stupidity that comes out in society, the more ammunition that Trey Parker and Matt Stone have to make South Park. It's basically stupidity writes itself. And Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Yeah. Um, I'm not someone who's like, "Oh, don't say that. That's offensive." Fuck you. I'm not politically correct. I'll always say it. Right. You can probably find it on Hulu or some shit, unless it's blocked in countries, which it might be. No offense to England or anything, but they've gone to this whole thing where if it's if they don't if you don't comply with their system and their society and what they believe is correct, then you're wrong. And then they block people for it. Like there's a YouTuber, I can't remember his name, uh, from London who is deplatformed for wrongthink because he wasn't politically correct, and then they disbanded him. Beautiful country, it really is, but the government there is. Mm. You've got great, people who live there. You've got Boy in a Band. You've got Dan Brown, or Dan Brown is Boy in a Band. Oh my god, I'm fucking stupid. You've got Dan Bull, Dave Brown, stuff like guys like them. You've got amazing artists over there, but across the pond, we ain't any better. Theresa May, yeah, I've heard about her. Oh my god. Mm. You guys have had like weirdos like Margaret Thatcher. I think the best person that you've had running was yeah, you guys got freaking weird ass liberals who run your country again now. They're taking American liberalism and then forcing it upon your country. It's terrible. Personally, if I were to choose to leave my country, if I were to leave the United States, I would go to like Ireland or Japan or like some other country. Ireland or Japan, definitely. London is in my list, but that's only because I want to meet certain people. Yeah, Boris Johnson. Yeah, I've heard about him. I heard he got recently. I've heard of the recent election of him. Heard he's an asshole too. And people don't get this. Like, liberalism is trash. Like, 100%. It hinders freedom of speech. Right, totally. Liberalism in 100% is hindering freedom of speech. People are politically correct nowadays, and that's basically ruining the First Amendment. They've pretty much radically reduced what you can say. And if you don't agree with them, you're a Nazi, you're a bigot, you're a transphobe, you're a homophobe, you're an Islamophobe now. I mean, I don't care. Like I'm an atheist. Okay, flat out 100%. But it's not my place to judge someone for their beliefs. It's not. And if you're a Christian, cool. I mean, there's other things we can agree on. Anime, fucking music, right? And they're slowly working on getting rid of that here, and only what the liberal left can do and say. And the whole punching Nazi shit fucking irritates me. Like they cannot have they don't have proof of it. For one, they just go ahead and start punching people for no reason. And Antifa, oh my lord, Antifa is a big fucking wavy dildo, or what they are. Okay, who? What was said? Okay, it's just my Twitter going off. Mm-hmm. They claim it's anti-fascism, but they're completely using fascism themselves. It's a walking contradiction. You dress in black and then you start attacking people for no reason. Whatever. Indeed. Indeed moronic. And okay, about the Blair White video, that was golden. All right, that was friggin' gold. And the fact that using his own videos against him is hilarious. I personally believe that it did happen. I believe that all of this happened. You know, like I said before. And Kai or Laney or Laney or whatever, she is just as guilty as he is. So I'm not, saving her ass. I'm not saving her ass one bit. I don't trust her to begin. I don't trust her at all. I didn't trust her when she first started coming out. I'm like, okay, this doesn't make any sense. I agree. Onision claims that he's straight, but his wife is now trans and then a husband now. So you have to come out as gay. Come on. You do. I mean, if you're really supportive of LGBT community, I'm sorry, I can't say Q. I'm old school LGBT. Agreed. Agreed. She can fuck right off. Jump off a cliff with her husband. Like I'm old school LGBT. My sister's bisexual. Some of my best friends are bi. I have a couple of 100% pure lesbian friends, and they're all old school LGBT like that. They don't even understand the Q part. They can't explain it to me. I can't explain it. People have tried to tell me that, oh, because I don't understand it, I'm wrong. That's not how you do things. If someone doesn't understand, you help them understand and not belittle them. You do not belittle others. Jesus fucking Christ. See, that's why I never put Q on it. He has more right to speak on trans and LGBT problems than actual trans and LGBT bitch. No, right, right. It's fucking stupid. It really is. And he doesn't have the right. He doesn't have a leg to stand on. I mean, I don't even think his freaking husband has the right to stand on it either. Because I have 100% belief that they're faking. He won't allow her to get top surgery. Come on. If he really did stand with her and really supported her on doing it, then he would allow it. But no, he likes boobs. Fuck you. Fuck you, Greg. I've despised Onision for fucking years, and now I actually have time to do videos and time to actually deep dive into Onision's twisted little life. Exactly. It really can. Now, for those people who are transitioning, more power to you. More power to you. Go for it. But don't attack others and belittle them for what they believe. Talking to my friend on Facebook Messenger. Yeah, if he was so he was such an ally, he would actually let his wife do shit. Husband, wife, whatever. He's drilled that gender dysphoria. I believe that he chains her up in the basement like every weekend and just drills shit into her like, you're a boy now. You're a boy. Respect me. You're a boy. You can't leave me. I believe he could do I believe he does that. 100%. It's the fucking truth. Ain't that the fucking truth? He can fucking choke on his fucking cake and eat it. Oh wait, but he's too vegan. He can't eat cake because cake has eggs in it. Personally, I love to cook. I couldn't be a vegan, honestly, if I tried. I really couldn't. Um, I like bacon, steak, eggs, chicken, cheese, milk. I cannot go without milk. Oh dear lord. And he's apparently an environmentalist because he's whatever. Yeah, destroying your own wetlands, asshole. You know, shortly before I made my I was going to make my video on how Onision is a sociopath. Right, exactly. You can't just pick your sexuality. Um, Shortly before I made my Onision is a sociopath video, he came out with a video a while back saying that he's a sociopath and he's like, I'm such a fan of you. Oh my god. But I just wanted to say that God, I hate his fucking voice. I despise his fucking voice. He's got that voice. You know, some people have those voices that you just want to fucking choke them. Like you just want to choke the life out of them to make them stop talking. Onision has that voice that instills rage and instills hatred just from him speaking. That's what he does to me. I would rather listen to Hillary Clinton talk than Onision, if that says anything. And I can't stand that shrill bitch either. Well, wait a minute. If a girl cock blocks a guy, isn't that Bieber Dam? I'm just curious. That was actually a really good cloud. God, that shit makes me laugh. I don't know why. Everything that Onion says just you said it best earlier. You said that anger gives you more fiery passion than 1,000 suns. And I actually feel that on a molecular level. I really do. Like I used to always say that like when I went to Job Corps a few years ago. I used to say that all the time. I am more angry than 1,000 suns. Gives me a angry burning passion. And I think all the oh no, same, definitely same. If I lived in Washington, which I have lived in the state of Washington before, If I still lived there, I would find him and beat the shit out of him on live stream. I would live Twitter stream beating the shit out of him. Just because he pisses me off that much. Sad that I don't live in Washington anymore, but I used to love living there. That was one of my favorite states to live in. Beautiful scenery. Actually, I used to live in Port Angeles, which is actually a real place. Fucking Twilight. I actually used to live there, and I actually went to Forks twice since I lived there. Forks scenery is fucking beautiful. Like, oh god, I can't even begin to describe how much I hate that fucking thing. And 50 Shades of Grey too. I fucking hate that shit. It ruins BDSM for everyone. It really does. It's an abomination of fiction. I agree. Totally. Totally agree. Hell, True Blood is better. At least those vampires don't fucking sparkle. Jesus Christ. Whoever had the idea of vampires sparkling needs to fucking be shot in the head. Whoever came up with that idea. Also, I also have to say this. As somebody who is a DD, who actually has had 8 years of experience in it, almost 9. As somebody who's had that experience, you do not chain anybody up in a basement for a week without any care or reassurance. You just don't. I have asked multiple other DDs and subs that you do not do that at all, because one, that could be potentially damaging someone's mentality. 2, it makes them fear for their lives mostly, and 3, it's also malnutritious. You break them down to that level of just doing whatever you say. That's actually not correct. The longest you should do it to someone who is new, or someone who is not used to that level of torture, you do it for maybe an hour, at the maximum an hour. But that's with constant reassurance. That's with constant care. BDSM is love, trust, care, among other things. If you can't start your relationship with any of that, then you don't deserve to be that way. Flat out. If you don't trust your partner to do it, no. Questionable? No. Flat out abusive. He's stalkerish. First of all, he's a stalker. Second of all, the only reason he gets away with it is because he's rich. In the story, anyway. That's the only reason he gets away with it. And good looking too. Whatever. And people like Anna, girls like her, impressionable women who could Agreed. EJ James or something like that. I think that was her name, the author. It was a fan fiction that blew up. It was a Twilight fan fiction that blew up. How does that work? Crimson actually did the book. The book was better on the movie, and he even hated it. He doesn't approve. He doesn't. He's vanilla as hell, but even he can agree that that shit is wrong. I hate James too. Same. I used to write stories myself. I don't write anymore, but I used to. All the shit that I used to have saved has been basically destroyed off of my old computer that fried. Let's see what's going on. Oh, my friend's live streaming on Facebook. Mm. I know that feeling. I've actually had been working on a story myself, but I just keep getting blocked on it. Like I've got an idea baseline for a story, but it just isn't going anywhere. I totally feel that. Man, this is like only one person viewing. Hmm. I'm kind of shocked. It's only one person. Hmm. But you know, about I've had this story in mind. It's just brain forgets words. Yeah, I definitely know how that is. Especially like when you've got the idea just bubbling in your head and bubbling and bubbling and bubbling, and you go to put it out, and it's like, where the fuck did my bubble go? Where did my thought bubble go? If only you could put your thoughts to words. There needs to be more artists and musicians and people who question the world, like the whole recent Dave Chappelle uh, crap that's going on. I think Dave Chappelle is a great comedian. I honestly think he is. He's one of the last few of our generation left. That's good. Dave Chappelle, his type of comedy is what comedy is. Like his type of comedy is how comedy is supposed to be. You question things, you make people laugh, and you make people think. That's what comedy is supposed to be. Not this whole SJW crap. Not this politically correct comedy that's disgusting and stupid. Like that one feminist garbage, like that 208 years bullshit. Bullshit. Frank Boyle, I'm surprised when he got, yeah. I'm actually a big fan of Ricky Gervais. I have Stephen Fry. I love those guys. They're freaking funny. Uh, Blue collar guys. While I don't agree with most of what they say, I do like them too. Especially Ron White. Ron White is my favorite, and it's very quotable. Like all these comedians are very quotable. Then you've got people like what's his name? Um, Stephen, like some African dude that got a TV show. Like he took over the other guy. He took over a late night show just because he was more politically acceptable. I personally believe it shouldn't matter your political views, honestly. You shouldn't be kicked off of a platform for political views because, one, that is in violation of a human right. People need to realize human rights are a thing. There's 30 of them. There's 30 human rights of the United Nations and 30 human rights of the United States. hmm And people should really like in Boy in a Band's "Don't Stay in School" song. He said, uh, "I can. Why the hell can't we both recite them by rote I know? Why the hell can't? There's 30 human rights. Do you know them? I don't. Why the hell can't we recite them by rote tonight?" And I think a lot more people should know what their human rights are. You know, hard drives can still be recovered. Everything that you have on a hard drive, whether you have a laptop or a PC, no matter how much, he's probably like put it all in the trash bin and deleted it from the trash bin. No, he's not. Someone who was going through computer technology, I was going to get my C plus, and then I was gonna go into cybersecurity. I actually wanted to go into cybersecurity. Probably should. Um, as somebody who has actually had their foot in the door to do cybersecurity, a good technician can go in and recover all of those files. Can't hide anything. At least not that easy. "Oh, I deleted it. That's an invasion of privacy." No, it ain't, Onion Boy. You think Hillary Clinton can get away with deleting emails? That's why she's not president. Well, one of the big reasons. Agreed. He can run and hide, but we'll find him. We will find him. He's not that good at hiding. He loves the internet too much. He'll put up videos in the freaking woods or some shit. Oh, yeah. I've got my Elton John song parody written right here. Narcissistic man child. Yep. He is a definitely narcissistic man child. Wow. Definitely is. He was justified when he was 5. He made a cult, it didn't survive. Times are changing, his vegan body is fat, but his fans are gonna leave him if the bitch is back. Oh. It's actually first lyric. He doesn't eat meat, and that's alright. Uploads videos on a Saturday night. He can bitch the best about Shane Dawson too. Hey, oh, Nezion, how are those wetlands, dude? Oh, it's a great song. He's a bitch, all the bitches whack. Stone cold predator, as a matter of fact. He's a bitch, thinks he's better than you. He mocks depression and EDs too. Oh. He entertains by being lame, gets YouTube views by dropping names, clickbait titles, anything for clout. It's a nasty little habit without a doubt. Oh, he's a bitch, all the bitches whack. Stone cold predator, as a matter of fact. He's a bitch, thinks he's better than you. He mocks depression and needies too. Oh. I think that was pretty good, actually. But if you know the song, you'll know you'll know the sound and how it works. Exactly. When I spread my positive messages, I believe them. I don't fake it. Like, I think that like the post I made about Buddha, I said, kindness should be the law, not the exception. That was one of Buddha's big things. Kindness should be always a law, not an exception. And I believe that. They do. You don't have to be like you don't have to be kind 24/7, but kindness should always be something you should adhere to. You should always try to be kind. You should always try to be accepting, be more forgiving, and but except when it comes to Onision, we don't fucking care because he's a fucking chomo. Even by his own words, he is definitely. Yeah. I mean, hell, as long like you don't have to be kind 24/7. Like that's not something that you have to be, but at least try. This fucking gnat. A fucking gnat is bothering me. Like people should just try at least. But Onision's condescending tone, the way he talks to his audience, and he goes, "You need to fucking respect me" and shit like that. And his own mother. He found out his own mother smoked weed, and all of a sudden, oh, she's bad. She's bad. Ugh, I'm just straight edge. Ah, fuck him. Mm. Yeah, he talks freaking shit about his own mom. Like he bought a fucking house for his mom, and then in the video he goes, "Look at me when you're talking, not the camera." Right. My mom, when I would get in trouble, used to fucking throw a fucking shoe at me sometimes if I was doing something stupid. But I respected my mom. I if I knew I was gonna if I knew I was gonna get in trouble, yeah, definitely respected my mom. My dad too, sometimes. Hmm. My dad's an asshole, yes, but I respect him. I mean, I'm an asshole too, but you know, at least I admit it. Shit, I've been there before. I've actually been screamed at, fucking like screamed bloody murder at because I fell asleep on the chair one time. Yeah, there are people that'll just not care about whether you're asleep or not. Like I haven't had that done to me, but sometimes things happen like that. Like my sister used to be a complete bitch about things, but I still respect her. I can say what I want to because they're my family, but somebody fucks with my family, they're gonna get my fists. I'm gonna be raising hands. I'm gonna be flex. I'm gonna flex on them. Shit. It's true. Don't piss off the small ones. I mean, I'm 6 foot myself, so take that with what you will. Fortunately, I'm actually the shortest guy in my house, or in my family. I'm the shortest at 6 foot even. My dad is 6'6". My brother is 6'4". I'm 6 foot even. How does that work? And my brother's younger than me, by the way. And I think my sister is like 5'7", 5'8", something like that. Right, it is. I, being the shortest in a tall group in a family of tall people, it kind of puts things in a weirder perspective for you. Like if you're the tallest amongst your friends and your family is towers over you, how does that look? How does that look weird? Like that shit's weird. And speaking of, okay, apparently Onision put up a video with his fucking husband wife um, about Supernatural. Okay, let me just stop them right there. For one, I am a huge Supernatural nerd. I'm actually thinking of getting a tattoo soon right here of the Supernatural anti-possession symbol. That's how big of a fan I am of the show. And actually, I have the tattoo drawn up, and I need to get over to my mom's, my stepmom, and my dad's. I need to get over to their house and get it done. But anyway, I'm a huge fan of the show, and just that first line that they said in the preview of it was, "Does the yellow-eyed demon's name start with an S?" No. If you've actually watched the show and the series, his name is Azazel, and he's not just any demon. He's a prince of hell. That's why he's got yellow eyes. Eye colors in Supernatural actually represent different tiers of demons. Black eyes are bottom tier, low tier, everyday demons. Possession, super strength, shit like that. Red eyes are for crossroads demons, those who make deals. Yellow eyes are for more of the stronger demons, the ones that are called the princes of hell. They're the no. Yeah, they're princes of hell. And there's, I think, 7, maybe. Yeah, 7. There are knights of hell, which I believe there are 4 in the show. And then you've got Lucifer, who has these golden eyes, which all the archangels have. Eye color is a big deal in Supernatural, if you didn't notice. Like, angels have bright blue eyes. Higher tier angels have different colored ones. Some have white. Some are pure white. Pure light blue, I think, is for the archangels too, I think. You're not dumb. You're just curious. That's not being dumb. Fucking gnat. Just get out of my face. Yeah, I'm a huge Supernatural fan. I've been watching the show since 2004, off and on. I actually recently rewatched all the episodes up until season 14. And to me, the most anticlimactic season-ending episode is the one where they were going to cure Crowley of his demon thing. And yes, they have a cure for demons in Supernatural, which they only did once. It was like the MacGuffin of the series. which I think every season now has a. God, my nose is itchy. My my friend who actually got me into Supernatural um is a bigger fan than I am. And he's had to, and ever since he had his accident, he actually has to rewatch it since he forgot most of it. One of my my friend, he got hit by a car or run over by a car last year, and he's just been kind of like relearning society and everything. So he actually has a metal plate in his head now, titanium metal plate right here in his head. He's a good guy. He's one of my best friends. What did somebody reply to me? Somebody replied to me something on YouTube. Oh. Somebody asked me that I didn't already know this. I just had to reply to them that I've known about it for a while. They just responded. They just asked me something on my Onision Kai conspiracy video. I try to respond to everybody as kind as I can. Sometimes when I type something, it comes off dickish to people. I'm not trying to be a dick. It's just how it comes out. Mm. There are some people who have phobias like that. Like me, I think I don't have a phobia of this, but heights, like I love flying in planes and everything, but like when I'm looking down at something and then something is moving fast, my stomach kind of like goes upward. It's like the G-force inertia that makes my stomach go up. And it's not like I'm afraid of it or anything. I actually kind of enjoy it. That's why I say all the time, I'm kind of a bit of a thrill seeker. I actually enjoy it. I'm not afraid of it. Like there's actually not much I'm afraid of. Hmm. A lot of people are like afraid of the dark. They're afraid of clowns. They're afraid of their own shadow. Like there are people who are afraid of weird shit sometimes. Like there are people who actually have paraschizophobia, which is the fear of Friday the 13th. It's kind of hilarious. A lot of people actually have that. And not if you do it right. I'm a juggalo. Like I'm a big fan of ICP. I have always been. And my sister, who really was afraid of clowns, started getting into them, and she's no longer afraid of clowns. We're just cool like that. There's nothing wrong with clowns if they do it the correct way. But yeah, regular like street clowns, like regular like you know uh makeup and stuff like that, the rainbow hair and all that. Yeah, that is creepy. Personally, like I personally prefer like the white face paint and the black clown makeup. I personally enjoy that look a lot better. It's less creepy. It's a lot less creepy. And yeah, their music is a bit crazy, but they actually have a good message behind it, which is what I like about them. Like the song Tilt-A-Whirl, which is one of my favorite songs by ICP. You should give that song a look. It's pretty fun. It's one of my favorite songs. Considering these aren't monetized or anything, I can play music if I want. Actually, I kind of want to see this movie. The Rambo movie. It's freaking awesome.
All you motherfuckers are gonna die. You dying every day, constantly.
Oh god! I'm gonna pause this real quick. Mannequins are like porcelain dolls. That right there, I'm afraid of. Big time. Since I was a kid, my aunt had this fucking doll. I shit you not, would turn its head every now and then, and it would creep me the fuck out. Like I would yeet the fuck out of the bedroom that it was in. Like if I like sometimes I would see it turn, like it'd sit there, look at you, like, and do that. It's fucking creepy. But I like masks. Like I like masks like this. That's what I had in one of my videos. Fucking love this thing. This is actually from a video game called Persona, I think. It's either Persona or it's from Sailor Moon. Can't remember. It's either from Persona or Sailor Moon. I can't remember.
It still won't die. Try it. Wicked clown, never die.
I fucking love this song. Never actually heard of that. Never actually heard of it. The only reason dolls scare, that's like I said, that's the only reason dolls and mannequins scare me was because of that doll and Silent Hill, the dolls scene in Silent Hill where it's like this mannequin doll that's possessed and it comes after the character. Yeah, it's creepy as fuck. Dolls creep me out more than anything. I don't know why. They always have. Shit is responsible looking wonder. Okay, so basically, right. It's creepy as fuck. Basically, this song, Tilt-A-Whirl, is about 3 different people, and they're all like the greedy people. Like they're talking about greedy people who do everything for money, people who are abusers and stuff like that, and killing them in a fun way, like putting them on a carnival ride and killing them on a wicked carnival rides. And personally, I like the Joker. That's why I love ICP. Their message is about people that are assholes and stuff like that and killing them, basically. A lot of their songs are that way. Yeah, they come off a little hokey and a little creepy and stuff like that, but that's basically their message. They come off as it as a more dark way. And also not just that, but they're also more about family and friends and having a good community. The Juggalo community is one of the strongest communities I've ever been a part of. I've actually made a ton of friends being that way. And being who I am and everything. I actually have pictures of me in my clown makeup before. And my ICP gear, which I cannot find anymore. 1 second. This right here was my friend's. She left it here when she moved. It's called Hatchet Girl. And it's very inclusive. Like, we don't care about what you believe in, what you care about. As long as you're a good person, as long as you're a good person, you're family to us. That's what we care about. Like I said, my sister was deathly afraid of clowns. She didn't even want anything to do with ICP when it first came around. I enjoyed it whenever it was on. And then my sister finally got into it, and then she's like, I'm not even afraid of clowns. She even laughs at the It movie now. It's fucking hilarious. Tim Curry is a fucking genius. Like, he took a clown and turned it into something scary yet funny. That's what I love about it. The original one, anyway. The new one just kind of weird. But anyways, one more thing I want to point out before I end the live stream. Only you guys. Thank you for showing up, by the way. Listening to me ramble. My brain. The Blair White thing. I'm glad Blair White was able to talk about this kind of thing. And actually put the message out there. And I'm a huge Blair White fan. I think she's amazing. But this whole deal with Onion Boy and and Kai's allegations, they really need to talk about it. They're pretty much sweeping it under the rug and thinking, "Oh, nothing to see here. We didn't do anything wrong." It's basically how they're putting it to the people who watch them. I'm surprised anybody even watches those two anymore. The way that they talk to their fans, the way that they treat patrons, it's fucking sickening, disgusting even. I might make a video about it when it everything finally settles down and we have all the proof that we need. Just like Mr. Repsion and Mike and Actor have both said they wouldn't cover it until stuff has fully come out. And yeah, I'm a big fan of Mike and Actor. I personally enjoyed his cover of Rocky Horror Picture Show. I believe that too. I think he's using his Patreon as a cult, like his own little, like his 2 million followers that he has. I think he's using those people as a cult. I think since he failed his cult, I think he's using YouTube to groom people. I believe that. Mike is a good person. I honestly think Mike is a great guy. You know, I think he's from Australia. I think, and he's a really great dude. Mike's a really great dude. So is Mr. Repsion, Daniel Solzbach. I think he's a great guy too. You know, if I was living in Washington, I would definitely definitely love to meet him and, be a friend to him and collaborate and shit like that. You know, these are really good guys. And, they talk about Mr. Repsion and other things, and they talk about Onion Boy and other things. I don't know why I said Mr. Repsion twice. Whatever. They're super great dudes. These guys are super great. Blair White, they're all freaking awesome. I mean, I would love to meet them and just, say thank you for, inspiring others to talk about stuff like this. Thank you for allowing this girl who has recent trauma to come out and speak out against Onion Boy. Okay, another thing. NDAs. I've said this before. A minor cannot sign an NDA without a lawyer present. I have actually Googled this. There's actually, hold on. Google, can a minor sign an NDA? They are allowed to sign contracts if the agreement is on terms with the interest of the minor, such as protecting the confidentiality of a patent or a gadget they've invented. Then a parent or legal guardian may co-sign, and some jurisdictions will find the contract to be binding. That is the purpose for if a minor can sign something like that. A minor is not allowed to sign an NDA that is fake. I agree. Stand with Sarah. 100%. I'm behind this. I'm behind her. I'm going to end this message with I am behind Sarah. I fully support her. I believe all of us, all the anti-Onision community, I believe we should stand behind her and fully support her getting rid of this child groomer. If 6ix9ine couldn't even get away with it, then James Averill couldn't get away with it either. He shouldn't get away with it. YouTube has cut down channels, dozens of channels, for no reason. And yet he can get away with this bullshit. Congratulations, YouTube. You played yourself. Yep. He can change his name all he wants. He can have as many characters as he wants. He can dress and drag for all he fucking wants. He's still going to be a predator in my eyes. He's still going to be a piece of shit in my eyes. Even before the Shiloh thing, even before the Billy thing, even before the whole Sarah thing came out, I hated Onision. I have hated Onision for a very long time. I have hated him for years. I hated him before he started dogging on Shane Dawson. I hated him before any of this came out. I think what started that was he did a video complaining about the military. And it really isn't him complaining about the military so much as he's saying, oh, the military didn't bend to my wills, and they forced us to turn around. They forced, he's such a fucking quitter. Like, there's this guy on YouTube called Angry Cop who laid into him for that. He actually went full drill sergeant on it. Drill sergeant, my rucksack's too heavy. You know what? The British Royal Marines, their training is way, way, way more strict than Air Force training. You have if fucking Chef Gordon Ramsay can train and do better than some people in the military, right? If Gordon Ramsay, an almost 50-year-old man, a badass chef, can put on a military uniform and perform with the military in England, the British Royal the British Royal Army or something like that. I can't remember what it was. If he can perform as well as he did with them for just one round, like for just one day, then Onion Boy should have been able to do it for 6 weeks. Top that. Like, Chef Ramsay is a better human being than Onion Boy. Just gonna say that. Like, Chef Ramsay had no prior experience in the military before he did that. And even the military sergeant that was helping him, said that you did better than the recruits who were in last place. He did not come in last place during the run. And that's with carrying weighted armor. That's with carrying a rifle. That's with carrying pounds and pounds of gear on his body and wading through a crevice. He is way, way more stronger than him. He is way stronger than Onision. The military was too hard. Indeed. If I could join the military, since I'm too overweight to join, if I could, I would have. If I could have joined when I was younger, I wish I could have. But to those who do serve in the military and those who do what they're supposed to do, I thank them too. And of course, at the very end of this, I do want to say, like I said before, stand with Sarah, support her on her transitioning through this whole process. Allow her to come forward herself. While I do agree that someone should do something about this, I think she should do it herself. And at this point, I want her to be as comfortable as she can and get as and be as comfortable as she can to come forward with all the proper evidence. I think that's all she needs to do. People forcing her to do it is not going to help. It's going to really force her to draw back instead of go forward. That's why a lot of women who have actually been in that kind of I don't want to say situation. I want to say oh, right. Any woman who has been in that type of environment and had been in that type of thing to happen, that has had that type of thing happen to them, do not come forward because they get gaslit, they get made fun of by the person who did it, they have these weird ass messages from the person who did it saying that she raped them is bullshit. Saying that she's the one who forced it is bullshit. It's Greg and Kai. What do you expect? I couldn't trust them if I as far as I can throw them. And like I said, we need to stand behind her. We need to give her all the support we can. Show support for Sarah. Stand with Sarah is a good hashtag to have. Fuck that racist Deborah Messing. Fuck that Keemstar shit. Keemstar is a douchebag, but at least he's not on the same level as Onion Man. Keemstar is a douchebag. I'm not gonna lie, but he is not the same, but as Onion. God, I hate these random ass text messages from. He is. Keemstar is. He always has been. But he's nothing compared to Onion Boy. Keemstar is a douchebag. There are Jake and Logan Paul. They're douchebags. You know, all these guys are douchebags, but nothing in comparison to what Onion Boy did. Fucking cult leader, douchebag. You know. But thank you for coming to my live stream and, you know, listening to me ramble and stuff like that. I might do another one next week. Who knows? I'm going to be donating plasma pretty soon. Not today. I think either this week, either I will be doing it this weekend, or I'll be doing it the weekend after, or the month after. It's either going to be this weekend or next month because I'm still deferred from it for a while. The only reason I'm going to say one more thing. The only reason I'm deferred from donating plasma is because they think I'm racist because of something I said. which wasn't even to anybody. It was to my roommates, and I was actually just giving my opinion on a movie. It's fucking stupid. Actually, fuck it. You know what? I'll actually say it. I personally do not believe that Disney or any movie company should be remaking a movie, putting a black character or a female character in replacement of a character that's already been established. You made. I was talking about. You're very welcome. I personally believe that you shouldn't change a character because of money reasons, because of political correctness. You shouldn't change a character based on the only way you should change a character is if you're updating the story, which, to be honest, if it's really a good story already, you don't need to update it again. Exactly, like I was trying to say, it's not progressive. It's pandering to a bunch of crybabies, like the Ocean's movie, the recent Ocean's movie. It's they scrapped the whole movie, and now it's Danny Ocean's sister, and she's getting a group of females to redo it. That's just like taking Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters 2016 was fucking shit. It was garbage. Um, Ghostbusters 2016 was garbage. Um, the new Oceans thing is garbage. You know, taking a story that's already there and well established and just changing it up for the SJW community is fucking dumb. I agree. But like I was saying, if like taking like that would be like later down the line, someone took an already black character, like let's say Blade. They remade Blade, and Blade is now a hulking white guy. Wouldn't everybody get pissed off at that? Yeah, they would. Blade is a black character. He's a black art. He's a black superhero who's a half vampire, and he's a very powerful character. The movies were okay. I agree. I agree they should. Um, but if they tried to change him to a white character, do you think people would be pissed off? Damn right they would. But yeah, I was born in the 90s. Okay, I was born in November of 1990. I grew up in the 90s. I grew up with Teen Titans. I grew up with Powerpuff Girls. I grew up with you know, Dragon Ball Z. I grew up with different things. I grew up with a lot of different shows. Gargoyles. I grew up with fucking Gargoyles was amazing. Um, if they like Batman Beyond, if they made Terry McGinnis, like if they did a Batman Beyond movie and they made Terry McGinnis black, I'd be pissed. I'm just gonna point that out. Uh, but anyway, yeah. The only movie that I liked recently that came out was there was like last year. I personally enjoyed Spider, or did it come out this year? I think it was this year earlier. Spider-Man is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Fucking amazing. Great movie, great soundtrack, great characters. Miles Morales was already he was a black Spider-Man in another alternate universe of the Spider-Man mythos. And they did it correctly. They had hell, even Nicolas Cage, who I actually enjoy as an actor. I think he's a great actor. He's just kind of a joke at this point. But I actually enjoy Nicolas Cage as an actor. Just the movies and stuff that he has to work with is crap. Um, it's hard. It's hard to explain what is a already established character. I actually have a friend, the one I was talking about. She actually agrees with me that you should not change a character just because of some SJW type of bullshit influence, just because you're pandering to a crowd. And she's black, by the way. She doesn't even like that. Right? it is a very good movie. I personally enjoyed the whole female Doc Ock. She was great. She was fucking awesome. But when you take a character, that's exactly what I mean. Make a new character or a movie instead of messing with the old ones that are legendary movies themselves. But I think that's where I'm going to end this. Don't change things and stand with Sarah. Pretty much. Thank you for coming by. I'm still going to post shit on Twitter probably after I charge my phone. And probably going to take a nap. Later. Thank you for coming by. Antoinetta. That right? Peace.